Charles, I want to now move on to the point. I don't mean to keep stepping on the applause. There's a lag in the applause. You need to be faster. Charles, I want to give you 30 seconds, and I'm going to time it on my watch. I want you to reiterate the point that you made in your opening statement to kick off this next section about the impact on the social fabric of a UBI in terms of what you were talking about having options. And I just want to do that so that your opponents can respond to it. Your 30 seconds starts now.
Really quickly, I'm saying that the kinds of human needs that we need to deal with are best dealt with by friends and relatives, and that the UBI, one of its major effects, is to focus resources on the community. The key to understanding the UBI is not that I get $12,000, but everybody else is getting the $12,000 and everybody knows it. And that triggers a cascade of feedback loops, which are precisely what American civil society has always been about, dealing with human needs at the lowest possible level.
It's the most ephemeral part of your argument, but also one of the most interesting. I want to take it to the other side.
Yeah,
Jared
I don't
Bernstein.
find it that interesting.
But you agree on ephemeral.
Ephemeral you'll
I'm
take.
not sure what ephemeral
Shocking.
means, but I don't like that either. So the thing that we're trying to impart here is that not that what we have is great. What we have is problematic. Andy knows that. Jason knows that. You've heard a little bit about that. But that there are many ways in which I think that people don't appreciate, Charles doesn't appreciate, in which these things are working. And yet, in its place, we have what sounds to me like this kind of Charles Murray fantasy about civil society. Now, I know Charles' work very well. I've read all of his books, and many of them are erudite, some of them less so. But I will say that his version of civil society is not the same as mine, and I suspect not the same as a lot of people's out there. And when he starts talking about friends and relatives will do that, maybe he's right, but that's just a fantasy. What I'm telling you about is that in reality, there's a set of things that are working to help people right now. They're not perfect. We need to build upon them. But we can't throw them out because Charles has dreams of friends and relatives helping you in civil society.
That's ephemeral.
That's ephemeral?
Yeah. Charles and Andy, if you want to be part of this response, you can as well.
I think an awful lot of people in the audience live in the kind of civil society, or did as children before they came to the Upper West Side, lived in the kind of society I'm talking about. It's not a fantasy. It's the way America has historically worked and still does.